This tractor here is a 1954 GMC. I purchased it about 13 years ago. It was originally built for Barnum and Bailey Circus. They ordered 60 of them, but they didn't take them all, and this particular tractor was left in the General Motors yard, and they used it for a shunt truck. It stayed there for a few years, and then it was sold off to a farmer and a farmer and a farmer. And I purchased it from a chap that was going to use it for a tow truck. We bought it up in Iowa, took it home, and we had a off-the-frame restoration, which took about a year and a half to do. The cab itself, it was a day cab when I first got it, but through a friend of mine by the name of Dave Schwanger from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, had a brand new cab in a crate that I purchased from him, so we put the new cab on to make a sleeper unit out of it. The trailer, again, through the help of Dave Schwanger, took about 18 months to restore it. We've traveled a lot in and around Ontario, different shows that we've been at. Went to a lot of the shows in the eastern part of the United States. And our last show was up in Minnesota, where we met a lot of new people and seen a lot of nice new equipment restored. Sometimes when you're at the end of the day and people are standing around and maybe a bunch is gathered around the truck, and I come up, and a lot of people that don't know me, 25 feet away from the truck, they don't know who I am, so I usually come up and I tell them that the front end of the truck was made in Japan, and kind of get a little bit of rivalry going between some of the visitors, and they say, "Oh no, we know this truck." And I enjoy showing it to the kids, young kids. I have 2 grandchildren myself, and I find that brings the adults around a little bit when you pay a bit of attention to the children, because then the parents start talking. They say, well, their dad drove a similar truck and this and that and that. And particularly up in Minnesota, there was a lady, she had to be 75, 80 years old, and she went into detail how her and her husband used to run double from Minnesota, someplace up there, to Chicago, and it was very interesting. We had a nice visit, and she wanted to know more about the truck, and I let her set up inside, and again I took with her camera a picture so that she would have it for a keepsake. And very interesting, and a lot of the older people that have ran this type of equipment in the South come up, and they just like to hear the sound of the old Detroit grinding away. This old tractor is a funny old girl, how it works to get into the working parts, and everybody that has had a Detroit knows that you have to have a quick release hatch here to pour the oil in. This engine, although it's not, it was completely rebuilt. The tractor itself is a 950, and I believe it was one of the bigger trucks that GM made at the time. A lot of people question this little box here, and I usually tell them I carry my pipe and slippers and pajamas in there for road trips, but actually what it is, inside there's an auxiliary transmission that sets about this high up through the frame. It's not hooked up, but that was a feature that was on this truck. When we got this trailer, it was in pretty good shape, and I thought to match the tractor, I'd go for the maroon stripe in here. The lady, a lot of people ask about the lady picture, but it's just a character and a drawing that I've had for maybe 20 years, and there's 3 girls in our family, my wife and my 2 daughters, so I thought it would be appropriate to put that type of a drawing on the truck instead of some guy smoking a pipe or something like that. This was a 32-foot trailer, and they extended it to 40 feet. You can tell by these joints here that the trailer was cut off 8 feet here. It was added on. And if you come around the other side, you'll see that we didn't have to spend a lot of money on it. It was a good pick. Now on this side over here, there's a nice bunker, and how that works, this is a little Briggs & Stratton motor, and it has a pulley on it. The motor turns the squirrel cage. In here they throw large chunks of ice, and up at the small drawers they blow ice in, small chips of ice, and it sets on a grate that high off the floor, and it fills up, and they tell me it holds about 1,500 pounds. You fire the motor up, it sucks the air off the floor when the load is put on pallets, sucks it up through, blows it out over the top of the load, and that's how they used to keep their produce refrigerated. I'm not a professional trucker. I've always liked trucks since a young lad, but you get the love and you don't shake it. My profession is I'm a sign writer, and I've been a sign writer for about 40 years. But with the old trucks, it's a holiday to get away from the shop and get out and grind in a few years.